Hey everybody, I am talking today about adhesive vinyl. I actually did a whole video about heat transfer vinyl, which is vinyl that you iron onto fabric, which I have a vinyl shirt on. It's holographic vinyl, it's as black as the new black. So I did this whole one with heat transfer vinyl, and then my last Facebook live video, someone mentioned a tutorial on how to use vinyl as a stencil, and I thought that was a great idea. But I thought I would cover adhesive vinyl first, put the cart before the horse, horse before the cart, and then maybe tomorrow, if I can get up and put makeup on again, 2 days in a row is really pushing it. So if I can get up tomorrow, I thought we would do vinyl as a stencil, because that's a whole other kind of learning curve. So I'm going to show you some examples of what you can do with adhesive vinyl, and then we'll talk about the how-to and the kind of vinyl that you're going to want to do. Okay, so I'm going to flip you around. We're going to take a little tour of my house real fast. So I just have vinyl everywhere. That is adhesive vinyl. It's my apron rack. And then I have a little bit here. This is my Heidi Swap letters, and I put Let It Be up there. And then I have this huge one. This is my West Manifesto. West is my last name, so it rhymes, so it had to be done. And that one took a long time to put up there, because my wall paint wouldn't let the adhesive stick very well, so it was a labor of love. But I thought it turned out really fun. I've got a little arrow here. Oh, thanks for the likes. And then I have a little Make Today Epic before my front door. And then, if we go outside, oh, and then there's a guy exercising, which is what I should be doing. I have a giant hello, and that's adhesive vinyl as well. And there actually used to be a big giant bush right here, and it used to cover up the O. And so we had to rip that out. You know why. And then I'll show you my favorite room. I'm keeping the camera up because my floor is messy. So this is my daughter's room. I haven't blogged about it yet. It's close. I just took all the photos, so it should be up soon. But all these black polka dots are vinyl. And so this entire wall, it's just this one wall. It's just an accent wall. Took 12, probably about two 12 by 24 sheets. And 12 by 24 sheets, I think, are $2, maybe $3. I can't remember. But they're, so like less than $6 to do all of these stickers. So I just cut out a bunch of stickers, and then I just peeled and stuck them right there. And I love how it turned out. Isn't it so fun? And then this pretty girl right here is also in vinyl. So that is... Oh, and then hang on, one more. That is glitter transparent vinyl. And it's just a cute little mirror that says you are beautiful. So there's a lot of different ways to stick it on your wall. This Imagination is vinyl. And then I even have more. See, look, that's what I should be working on. I'm making a couple wreaths over there. Okay, so this one is front door sign. So when my kids are doing homework, we put that out so the kids know to not come and play. This is a shadow box with a cute quote, and that's where we put like our tickets. We went to the zoo, and we go to plays and movies. We put our tickets in there. This is just a fun frame that goes in my daughter's room. This, I actually hand cut this. I just wanted to show you guys that you don't have to have a cutter, so you can hand cut those. And that cactus is actually on my blog. You guys have to head over and look at it. So these are family home evening blocks. Everyone gets together, we roll the dice, and then like Dad has to say the prayer, and Kate has to get the lesson, and that kind of thing. So those are fun. Personalized my son's water jug for football. Go Buccaneers. You can do cups, mugs. This one is an old hat, so we had to turn into Dallas Cowboy because we're Dallas fans, apparently. So this is not parsley. My parsley died, but it was parsley at one point. This is actually a fake one from Floracraft, and they're beautiful. I love these fake succulents. But I just wanted to show you that would be a really fun thing to personalize. Notebooks, like I've got my dog treats, dog treats, Kim treats. See, I use it a lot to personalize. I think it just adds a lot of little fun details. So this one is so, go Dallas, she says. Yes, that's right. This one, you can use lots of different colors. This is a frame, so that's glitter transparent as well. You can kind of see the glitter and that you can see through it. This big, huge Mama Jama back there is glitter. So that only took one 12 by 24 sheet. So it's just really inexpensive. This is actually an old pumpkin. A lot of these are on my blog. This is, look, an old pumpkin. I even scraped off some of the face that I spray painted, and then I added some vinyl right there. So I was going to say, that's on my blog. That's on my blog. That's on my blog. That's on my blog. This is not on my blog yet, but it will be. These are on my blog. I think that's on my blog. And then the cactus is on there. So there's a lot of things. Oh, and then I did that whole buffalo check. That is all adhesive vinyl. My blog is www.agirlinagluegun.com. Right now it says I have bandwidth issues, which either means I've uploaded way too many photos, which is what I'm known to do, or hackers are trying to hack my site. So we're working on it. It should be up pretty soon though. So this menu is vinyl, and then we just write in what we buy for the week. And then, like I said, this is just a black and a gray, and then the wall color is white. So it actually, I just peeled and stuck them up there. And then look, I added some polka dots to my KitchenAid. And there's even vinyl in my pantry. Don't judge me because I have a lot of food up here. So there's vinyl on up there, and that's on the blog. So tons and tons and tons. Oh, I swapped around you. This is etched vinyl. It says shut the door or I will cut you. It's just my sense of humor. I'm not going to cut anybody. So I wanted to show you that. I'm going to let my dog out. She's whining. So, tons of different ways to use it. Like a ton. Let me set you back down. Anyways, like I said, I love it. The possibilities with it are endless. I buy my vinyl from Expressions Vinyl. They are local to me, but they ship super fast. And I don't buy them because they're local. I buy them because they're the best. And it's just a benefit that they are, well, they're like 40 minutes away. But, so look, this will be backwards, but expressionsvinyl.com. And then I wanted to show you all the colors that they offer. So, adhesive vinyl comes in lots of colors, and then there's other options as well, but the main ones are, there is adhesive, removable, and adhesive permanent. So this is all the colors that Expressions carries that are, these are removable. So you can see, I mean, that is a lot of colors. So there's a beautiful gold foil, which is super fun. I won't blog with this because it's so hard to take photos, but in real life, it's amazing. Oh, my husband just snuck up on me. Scared me, Wes. Go away. He threatened that he would come out here not wearing clothes. So he is wearing clothes, so that's nice. Let's see, browns. There's browns, perfect fall colors, reds, blues. There's lots of pinks. So I love, these are called sample kits, and I think they run for like $5. And I love it because it's so nice to color match. Like I'm making my daughter some cheer shirts, and it's nice to be able to have these so I can compare and figure out what color of green is what color of green. And so, oh, there's a fly. There is also permanent, and the permanent, we carry a lot of the same colors and just as much. I don't know where my sample kit is for it. It's probably in my craft room somewhere. But the permanent has a gloss to it and a little bit more of a stick. So I use the permanent. I kind of don't, like I kind of just use whatever I have on hand, but I make sure that I use the removable on my walls, and I make sure that I use permanent if I'm putting it on my car. Like I have a glue gun on my car, and that's in permanent vinyl, and like cups, things that are going to be washed. So this is, they say hand wash only, but I'm lazy and I don't like to hand wash. So I put it in my dishwasher, and I mean, it's held up great. So, and I do top rack. I do try to make sure it's top rack. So that's the permanent. So things that are going to see a little bit more wear and tear, anything that maybe goes outside, like we have this old milk jug and I want to do vinyl on that. So I'll probably do a permanent adhesive on that. So, but that's an easy way to tell the difference, is that removable has a matte finish and permanent has a glossy finish. I'm trying to see if I've got any other glossy ones. Oh, so like my son's water jug right here. I don't know if you can tell. See, you can see that it has a little bit of a gloss. And that's just because I knew he's a boy and he would destroy it. Okay, so those are them, and look at all these colors. And then I wanted to show you, they have other awesome things. So this is, let's see, I think this is the, oh, this is just plain glitter. So they have glitter. I don't have the sample kit for glitter transparent, which has a little bit of see-through. It's super pretty. But this is just the glitter. That one you can't even tell that it's very glitter. I'm out of glitter. It's a horrible day today.
Bye, baby.
Goodbye. Be careful. I'm glad he's leaving. Makes me nervous. Anyway, these are all my glitters. There are lots of pretty colors. I'm trying to see without that glare. And then polka dots. There's pattern polka dots. There is zebra. There's three zebras. What is it? Damask. Looks like herringbone. Oh, and then they have inkjet printable. So like, let's say you wanted a floral, you can print out a floral and then cut it out. So that's really cool. That inkjet printable is awesome. And then they have etched. So the etched, honest to goodness, looks like etched. You know how there's, when you use the etched adhesive and it smells and it's messy looking. So I wouldn't use this on pans that are going on the oven. But if you want the look of etched, and they actually have a bunch of colors. So there is a pink, a blue, a green, and then just the regular. I don't know if you guys can see this with this glare. Look up there, maybe. I thought it was going to be horribly dark because it's an overcast, horrible day, but I just feel like it's so bright. And then guess what? They've got glow in the dark, and they have chalkboard, and then they have fluorescent, which is even more fluorescent. Maybe if I flip you around, let me look at it this way. See, okay, that's a little bit better. Here's our fluorescent, super bright colors. Let me see if I talked about, oh, and so these are the fun metallic, metallized ones. So I think these look fun for boy stuff. I mean, they don't have to be boy stuff, but like that gold, this silver. Let me look. That one's the small engine one. Brushed chrome is that one. And that's what I love about the sample kits. They'll tell you exactly what it is on the back, so you can make it ordering so easy. So aren't those fun? Lots of, look. I can't remember what the name of that is. What is that? Oh, diamond plate. So they have a big diamond plate and then a small diamond plate. I actually made gift cards for the father-in-laws for Father's Day one year with that. This one's super fun. Is that not awesome? Mist is what that's called. And then, like I said, these are just the adhesives. They have just as many awesome options in the heat transfer. So, lots and 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 lots of ideas. And lots and lots and lots of color options. So, that's Expressions Vinyl. That's where I get mine. There's actually a lot of places where you can buy vinyl. I love Expressions Vinyl because they care about the quality. And one time, I was in a pinch and had to run to my local craft store. And I bought this vinyl, and it was so thin and crappy. Honest to goodness, I was like, if this was my first time using vinyl, I would never use it again because it was the worst experience in my whole life. So quality matters, and that's what I love about this, is that it is the perfect thickness. And actually, they came out with an Expressions Vinyl brand vinyl, and I was kind of hesitant to use it because I love the Oracal that they sell, but I honestly don't notice a difference, and it's a little bit cheaper. So if money is a real big issue for you, then make sure to buy the Expressions Vinyl brand. I think it's called Series 51 and Series 31, so 31 would be removable, and 51 would be the permanent. So I'm looking up real fast. I wanted to show you how much they cost. I don't want to lie to you. And if you're mass producing something, they sell the rolls, the big fat rolls, and I love that because that comes at a little bit cheaper. So like if you're having a craft day and you guys are all making something and you're all using the black vinyl or whatever, you can go in and buy the roll. Thanks, Mackenzie. She said she's proud of my husband for using his self-control because he didn't say anything inappropriate and he was fully clothed. I know he was itching too. Okay, so The Expressions vinyl, permanent vinyl, 5-yard rolls is $11.99. So 5 yards is a lot of vinyl. And if you want to buy a sheet, it says 99 cents. So I think it comes in 2 sizes, 12 inches and 24 inches. So the 12 inches, I believe, is 99 cents, and the 24 is $1.79. So the more you buy, the cheaper it gets. So $1.79 for a sheet, and that sheets can go far. And I save my scraps. Oh, I forgot to show you. I have vinyl on my chapsticks, and I have vinyl on, like this, the cactus behind me, the little triangles right there, is totally scrap vinyl. I'm actually going to do the project with a little piece of scrap vinyl. So I save everything. I've seen girls do nail decals. So I'm like, think of the tiny little scraps. So you can really stretch that and make that vinyl go real far. Let me see if I need to talk about anything else. Oh, and so the Expressions vinyl, Expressions vinyl, their brand of vinyl actually has different color options. So lots of color options. And like I said, I love those sample kits because when you're trying to match a school color or you're trying to figure out, what color you want to use. One girl just asked me today about the Cinderella blue in glitter, and so I just snapped her a picture of my sample kits because, the computer monitors don't do these colors justice. I mean, they get them as close as they possibly can, but I like to see and feel. And we have so many golds. I mean, there's so many gold options, so it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what gold you want. Okay, so when you're cutting adhesive vinyl, if you remember back, the heat transfer vinyl, so this is heat transfer vinyl, you have to flip it and you cut on the back side and then you weed away the back side and then you lay it down on the fabric and iron it. So it's kind of a lot more difficult than the adhesive. So the adhesive is backwards. You're going to design something. Go around. You're going to design something. See, I've got a hello vinyl. Oh, hello fall. Hello vinyl. And then I like to leave these squares up because these squares are each 1 inch. So I can easily see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, how big it is. And then you can just drag. So I'm using a silhouette cameo. That's what I love. I love that I can use my fonts. I love that I can have design. There's a lot of really fun options with it. But you can use a Cricut. The vinyl is compatible with any electronic cutter. People have used it in Sizzix machines. I've hand cut it. I've used paper punches from like the Fiskars paper punches. So there are lots of options, a lot of options of how to cut it. So you don't feel limited if you don't have a silhouette cameo. If you do have a silhouette cameo, you can, the world is your oyster. So have fun with it. So you can size these however big you want. This is hard to do when I'm watching my phone and not my computer. And then when you click on, so I'm not connected to my cameo, but I wanted to show you the cut settings. You're going to make sure that you have vinyl clicked. And then it tells you what setting to put your blade on. And then it has a speed and a thickness. So if you're cutting something really tiny, I always speed it way down because it just makes it so it doesn't, when it goes fast, it's just a little bit easier to mess it up. And then I always do a test cut, which puts a little tiny box with a triangle right up here in the corner. And I just like to do that before I cut out because I don't want to waste any vinyl and I want to make sure that my vinyl is cut perfectly. So there you go as far as cut settings. I did want to say something else. So you don't have to click it backwards or anything to that effect. Okay, so when you're cutting it, a lot of people think that you need to cut it all the way through, and that's not the case. So the vinyl comes with a backing on it. So there's vinyl on the front, and then the backing is on the back. And the backing is protecting the stickiness, right? So when you cut it, I don't think I cut through the top. Hang on. Okay. You're going to want to cut through just the top layer. And that's why it's important to follow the Silhouette Studio settings. But let me tell you this, right now it says that my blade should be at a 1. Well, my blade is dull. I just cut out how many paper flowers for last week's video. So my blade is dull. So I actually have mine at a 3 where it says a 1. So that's why the test cut's important. So you're going to want to peel. This is called weeding. You peel away the part of the design, part of the vinyl that isn't part of the design, and reveal a cute spider. I guess spiders aren't that cute. So I think a lot of people have a problem with this step because they want to cut all the way through. And you're just supposed to cut through that top layer, and weeding should be really easy. And the more little swirls in the legs, it's going to take a lot longer to cut out. And then if you have, like if you were writing love, you're going to have to take, so I get like this tool, it's a weeding tool from Caesar that you can also get at Expressions. It's got a really sharp edge, so if it had a Z, like a O for the love, you would have to put out the middle of the O and the middle of the circle on the E. So that's just to get the little tiny fine detail, this little hook thing. And it's kind of sharp, and that's what I love about it. But a lot of people use straight pins or tweezers, or, you know, there's a lot of different options. This is just what I use. X-Acto knife, I think, is another one that people like. Okay, so you have your spider, and then this is another thing that you're going to need with adhesive vinyl, and it's transfer tape. I don't know if you guys know about transfer tape, but it's awesome. I have a big, huge fat roll because I love it. And I've had this fat roll, honest to goodness, for 3 years. So, I mean, and look at how much I have left. Like, it's huge. So mine is paper, and then they have a clear one as well. I'm going to rip off a piece. So they have a clear one as well if you want to look. I like the stick of the paper. They have a little bit of a different stick. They're both really good. I just really like the paper. And I have this fat roll, and I can't waste it. So what it is paper. It's sticky on one side, but it's just a perfect amount of... What's going to happen? Okay. So you're going to lay the transfer tape over, and then you're going to take, look there, you can see the Expressions vinyl website a little better. This is called an app tool, and you can tell that it just gets the bubbles out and makes it nice. And then I trim the transfer tape because it kind of messes everything up. I have got to invest in a bigger tripod so you can see more of my workspace. Look at my cute new scissors I just got from Adhesive. I love these pattern ones because I know which ones I can use for paper and which ones are for scissors. So when they're all yellow, you just kind of get mixed up. So I've got pink ones. I love them. Okay, so I've got the transfer tape over. So if you're doing this as a business and if someone wanted to buy like a car decal, you can just give them this. This is it, and then they would have to apply it themselves. But if it's something that you're applying, then I'll show you how to apply it. So I actually have, this is a Heidi Swap light kit. I don't know if you guys have seen them. I love them. And she just came out with a way fun Halloween line. And they sell them at Michael's, but I don't know if my Michael's was small and didn't carry them, or if by the time I got there, they were sold out. So I didn't get any of the Halloween stuff, and it made me sad. Like, it's got a jack-o'-lantern face. Like, you just slide them in here, and it makes a jack-o'-lantern picture. And I don't know, it makes me sad. So I decided that I'm going to use vinyl, and I'm going to hack it. I'm going to use a vinyl hack on my Heidi Swap thing. What font is that? Oh, she wanted to know the font of the Hello Fall. It is actually in the Silhouette store. So it's a set design. But if you're looking for an awesome free font, go to DeFont and find Magnolia and Watermelon and I think Bromello. Those are all really pretty script fonts. Okay, so here's my vinyl. And so I've got a lip, so I'm going to have to trim a little bit with my scissors. I kind of decided to make it difficult. Let me situate my workspace better because this is a little higher up. Put you in a box. Maybe. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to peel up. So when you rub it down, it makes it so the vinyl is going to stick to the heat or to the transfer tape. And the transfer tape is even cheaper than the vinyl. Like, I think a big, huge, fat Mama Jama roll is like 20 bucks. And like I said, I've had it for 3 years. And guys, I do a vinyl a ton. So it's worth it. Okay, so this is all sticky and this is not. So you kind of have a little bit of a placement. You get to pick where you want it. And see, like you can, like this one's paper, but you can totally see where it is. And that's why I kind of, like I just stick with the paper instead of the cleared transfer tape because I can see it. But if you're using white, it is a little bit harder to see. So I need my scissors because I'm going to trim off. Okay, and then I'm going to take my app tool. And this just gets it nice and stuck. So you can peel off that transfer tape. So let me tell you a story. When I first I had the very first Cricut, like a long time ago, when everybody was oohing and on, and he had all the cartridges. It was my birthday present, and I loved it. And so I had cut vinyl, and I had cut all the way through. I didn't leave the backing like I was supposed to. And then I didn't know about transfer tape, and I was too cheap because I wasn't going to spend anything anyway. So I would peel and stick each individual letter. Oh my gosh. I was like, this vinyl stuff sucks. But that's why, because this transfer tape, think about if you have, so like this thing right here, that measurement equivalent, can you imagine peeling and sticking each one of those? Nope. I cut it all out. I peeled away all the vinyl that wasn't part of the design. I did one big layer of transfer tape and transferred it over. It was so easy. The transfer tape you get at Expressions Vinyl as well. And they have sheets and they have rolls, but I'm telling you right now, I mean, you don't need it for heat transfer, but if you're doing sticky, if you're making signs or anything, buy the fat roll. It is so worth it. Okay, guys, so look how cute that is. Isn't that fun? So I love that I have another option, and when Halloween's over, I can just peel that spider up, and I can add something else if I wanted to. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, so that is it of how to do adhesive vinyl. It's like I said, it's so easy. I don't want anyone to feel intimidated by it. I actually think it's easier than the heat transfer vinyl. And I think a lot of people think of vinyl, like the wall quotes got really big there a few years ago. I actually used to paint murals on walls, and I used to do a lot of lettering on people's walls. And then the vinyl craze came through. So I kind of hated vinyl because it pushed me out, which is fine because now I got into blogging and I love blogging. But I think when people think adhesive vinyl, that's what they think of. Look, I have pajamas on, but I got ready here up. But anyway, I think a lot of people think that adhesive vinyl, they think of just wall quotes. But like I said, it goes, once you start playing with it, the options are endless. You can do so many fun things. And like they have the patterned and they have permanent. You can put anything outside. So lots of great options. I was going to run real fast too. I was going to look up transfer tape to tell you how much it is in case I'm leading you astray on the price. So I will flip you around so you can see. This is the website. And if you sign up, you get 10% off your first order. So I love that. I really like Expressions Vinyl. I work with them a lot. And the reason why that I work with them a lot is because I love them a lot. Like, it's not a forced relationship. I love it. Okay, so here you go. So $10 is what the rolls are starting at. And of course they go up as the bigger you get. So there's opaque and paper transfer. And then there's the sheets. And then this is the, I guess it's new, clear transfer tape. So they actually have, so the one I have is 12. This one is 12 inches by a lot of yards. And then they have ones that are, I think, 6 inches. So like if you're just doing little things, you can do that. So let's, okay, so they have a 6 inches by 100 feet, 6 inches by 100 yard, 12 inches by 100 feet, and 12 inches by 100 yards. So let's do, so 100 feet of transfer tape is 20 bucks. So freaking awesome deal. Okay, so that is how you do adhesive vinyl. Let me know if you guys have any questions. And then maybe tomorrow I'm going to hop on and show you guys how to use vinyl as a stencil. So I don't know if you guys remember my laundry sucks sign. It literally says laundry sucks. I'll show you real fast. That's what I did. I used vinyl as a stencil for that. So I will be showing you. Look at my cute new exit sign I just bought. I just buy the weirdest stuff, guys. Okay. So that is using vinyl as a stencil. And the reason why you do is because then you can sand it and it looks a little bit more worn. And there's a couple other reasons. But so we're going to talk about that tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully I'll have makeup on. No promises. This is the third day in a row that I've put makeup on. It sucks. I hate getting ready. I'm very unproductive when I get ready, because if I'm ugly and I don't get ready, then I just sit at home and I craft all day. But if I get pretty, I'm like, well, let's go to lunch and let's go do this. So anyways, let me know if you guys have any questions. I will link up to everything that I mentioned to make it easy for you guys. And have a good day. See ya.